Hello everyone, this is Samira Khandakar. I am a microbiologist graduated from La Trobe University, Australia. I'm currently working as a lecturer in microbiology and biotechnology and also as a research fellow in immunology and virology department. Now, we all know about the global crisis COVID-19, a viral disease which is caused by the novel coronavirus. Not only the disease is said to be pandemic, but it's also said that it's a most severe crisis after World War II. Now, we all are well aware about the symptoms, how the disease is transmitted, or mostly which age group of people are vulnerable to COVID-19. But there might be certain other informations which we are unaware of. Starting off with the mode of transmission. Till a few days back, we thought the disease COVID-19 is not airborne, but some recent research from Japanese scientists actually showed that the disease COVID-19 is airborne, and in fact, the disease is transmitted through extremely tiny micro droplets through the air. And this microdroplet transmission comes from not only coughing, sneezing, but can also from deep breath and also loud conversation. So basically, if a person is standing at a certain distance from us, they can inhale the viral particle from our conversation or from our breath. So a proper air circulation or ventilation from two ways can be effective. Another mode of transmission for COVID-19 is the fecal-oral transmission, where scientists found the presence of viral particle in feces of infected person, and this can easily contaminate food, water, or any surface if proper hygiene is not maintained. While we are getting to know about the new modes of transmission for the disease COVID-19, there is another fact that we must know, and that's who are mostly vulnerable for the disease. Well, we have a belief or idea that only the elderly people and the immunocompromised ones are getting affected by COVID-19. But the ratios or studies say something different. Well, in New York, almost 50% of the patients admitted in ICU for COVID-19 infection were among the age of 18 to 49, meaning they were young. Well, though in earlier cases from China, we have seen that mostly the people from age group of 60 or above are getting infected, but they also say that no one is risk-free from this virus. Not only the young people, the children are equally at risk for COVID-19 infection. Well, the children are mostly not much symptomatic, and though there are certain death cases for children in COVID-19 infection, but fortunately, the high risk of COVID-19 or severe cases are not much seen among the infants. Now that we're talking about the symptoms of COVID-19, we all know about the most common ones, but there might be some other symptoms from the disease seen among various patients, like runny nose, then diarrhea, vomiting, headache, then tiredness, or also in cases there can be loss of smell or taste. But the worst case is asymptomatic patients. Well, in these cases, the patient have positive infection from the virus, but they do not show any clinical symptom. Well, 3/4 of the infectious people from China were asymptomatic, and now every 1 in 4 positive cases are asymptomatic. Well, from all these terrifying informations, we can easily conclude that COVID-19 might be an incurable disease. But though we don't have any proper treatment in our hands, and the vaccines are also under development, but there are multiple cases of recovery in COVID-19 disease. The recovery time is usually 2 to 6 weeks, depending on their clinical condition. Now, the matter of fact is, even after recovering, the virus can persist in the host body for at least 2 weeks, even when they are not showing any symptoms. And theoretically, it's not possible for a person to be infected positively once again after recovering. But unfortunately, around 14% of the world population have showed immediate infection after recovering. Though we don't have any proper conclusion here, and research is still going. Home remedies can be helpful in curing COVID-19 cases. Home remedies can make you feel better, but COVID-19 or the virus can never be killed by any sort of home remedy. And in that context, let's talk about the most common myths people are believing nowadays relating to the COVID-19 infection. Starting with the most common argument about whether the masks are effective or not. Well, the masks that we are commonly using, the surgical ones, they cannot effectively filterize the small, tiny particles, and in cases this can cause also leakage for inhalation. But the mask can be effective when used in combination with a proper hand washing protocol. Also, some people are saying that extreme cold, snow, or cold weather, or even hot bath can kill the virus. And people also say to avoid cold water and ice cream, which might be harmful for the viral infection. While these all are wrong information, temperature definitely has effect on a virus, but only while they are outside the human body. Once inside, no physical condition can kill the COVID-19 or any other virus. Some people are believing that the vaccines that we use to cure pneumonia can be used to cure COVID-19. Well, there is no such clinical confirmations, and there is no truth in this information. Same goes for antibiotics. Antibiotics mostly work for bacterial infection, and as COVID-19 is a viral disease, so antibiotics are completely useless here. And also certain medicines like hydroxyquinone, these definitely showed some positive effects in the laboratory research, but by the scientists they are not still tagged as usable or safe for COVID-19 cure, though paracetamol or aspirin can be used in the preliminary cases for pain relieving. And to every disease there is a cure or a survival measure. While it's taking a bit of time in our cases, but prevention is always better. And the only possible and the maximum prevention that we can take right now is social distancing. If you look at countries like China or Italy or United States of America, they're strictly following their social distancing protocols, and no matter whether we are tested positive or not, or no matter whether we are feeling healthy or not, as there is a case of asymptomatic viral transmission, so there is always a risk. So following a strict social distancing can only be found effective right now in COVID-19 cases. Well, that was all. I would like to thank Mr. Zahid Hassan, HYD President, for inviting me to take the guest session at HYD Online Month 2020. HYD Online Month 2020 is really a paradigm for social revolution by youth in their minds for charity and to save the globe from COVID-19. Let's support the HYD revolution, and thank you so much.